radio this morning and saw what it was doing, I started to call Brian and say, you suppose we ought to consider changing the specs and build an ark instead. You laugh, but it took Noah 75 years to build that ark. I was beginning to think this is what was going to happen here too. They tell me that rain on a wedding day indicates a long, happy, satisfying marriage. So if that's the case, that's what this is going to be for the facility. So I bring a message from the Senator and Frankie Roberts, who are co-chairs for the DC3 fundraising, and they're sorry they couldn't be here. They had a previous schedule in Wichita, and then they're going to be in also in Hutchinson. So, but they're here in spirit. They're here to encourage us and to say what a wonderful thing that this is. Let me just mention a couple of things before I start recognizing folks. Way back when, 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, when we first began, when Roger Prophet first came on board and we started talking to the community and the students about the college, we were really pleased to hear all the positive things that we heard about Dodge City Community College, both from the community as well as from the students. And it was very gratifying to hear that kind of support. The one thing that we heard was we need an activity center. We need some place for the students to gather. We need some place for the students to have social activities. And so with the vision of Dr. Woodburn and with the trustees' support and with the support of the foundation board and the tenacity of Roger, we started pushing forward to do this activity center. I want to especially recognize Veda Herman, who was such a big help to us as we explored the various possibilities for financing. And Veda's been a real rock as far as I'm concerned. Let me recognize some folks. I see my paper's getting wet. I better do this quickly before it runs and I can't see it. We're especially pleased this morning to have, of course, our President Woodburn is here. You'll hear more from him later. Representing the City Commission, who we couldn't have possibly done this without, is our Vice Mayor, Joyce Forshaw. Thank you for being here. We appreciate that. Also, Secretary of Commerce, Mr. Pat George, is here. I saw him just a minute ago. Hi, Pat. And let me mention who is here. Bud Estes sends him regrets. He had a previous commitment, but he appreciates what we're doing here on the campus. John Avy's here. I saw him a minute ago. Avey. Ron Reichman is here. Tyler York is here representing Senator Moran, and we appreciate Tyler being here. Martha Martinez is here representing Senator Roberts. And I see John, help me with the last name, John, representing Senator Congressman Hughes Camp. Bear. John Bear? No? No? Who else? Who am I missing? Is Senator Love here? No. Okay. Also, if you're here, the Board of Trustees, who have been so supportive of us, Chairman Conant, I don't believe Merrill is here this morning. Morris Reeves, Vice Chair, is here. Morris has been a real good supporter. In fact, when we started talking about a facility, he said you ought to go see Fowler, and so we did. So here we are. Also, Forrest Jean Hampton, great supporter for us. Jason Joy. Dr. Joy is not here. Dr. Presley and Don Webb. I know Don's here. You saw him. Trustees. Thank you, trustees. And also, I want to mention who's on the foundation board. Jared Bush is our vice president. I know Jared's here. And Veda Herman, Roger Prophet is secretary. Alan Cunningham
know, occasionally you get an opportunity to make a huge difference in people's lives. And let me tell you, in the 80-year history of this college, I have never seen anything that's going to change on this college. It will make such a difference in recruiting and student life, the opportunities for students that they want to have. And I am so fortunate in my career to have an opportunity to work with someone like this. Lord T. Hampton, Morris Reed, you guys have been strong, supportive, and now this thing's going to happen. Kathy told me not to say things, but we are going to have a student activity center that will not only serve our students, but will also serve all of the people in Dodge City. And there's some other special people I want to thank as well. I think probably the best hire I ever made was Roger Crawford. The best hire I ever made was Roger Crawford. What a bulldog. He's great. We paid pittance, and he's raised almost $3 million in the 3 years he's been here. What if we'd have done that for the last 50 years? That would have made a difference. I've had so much support. I want to give a real special thank you to the city commission. My goodness, we could not do this without you. And Sharice, you just stepped right up. I appreciate it. Our foundation board members are unbelievable. They have unanimously supported this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, I think. And of course, all of our board of trustees. Another very supportive person, and I want to mention him again, Pat Roberts, who serves, he and his wife are the co-chairs for this fundraising campaign. And finally, I want to thank, we've already had about $1.5 million given to us to get this thing started. And those donors that were so supportive, our faculty has been supportive. And finally, I want to compliment and Brian Martin. We were dead in the water. We were working with an architect out of Oklahoma, and the bill was over $11 million. There wasn't any way for us to do it. And Brian came in one day and said, I can do it for you for a lot less than that. And gave us a plan, and we got it off the ground. And finally, Morris Reed. Morris has just been so stalwart, so supportive, and advised us every step of the way. So it's raining. It's a good sign. Anytime you get rain in Dodge City, it's a good thing. Thank you.
As President Woodburn said, we absolutely could not have done this without the support of the city. The city's been on board and been so supportive. Reese and all the commissioners, and I would ask Vice Mayor Joyce Warshaw if she would say a few words. You may want to just stand and turn.
I hope I can say this without chattering. Anyway, on behalf of the City Commission and the city staff, I want to congratulate Dodge City Community College and the community on its major step to improve the quality of life for the students who choose our college to attend. We appreciate all the work and thought that went into designing this facility so it is truly a benefit for all. With the 2 new dormitories, the athletic field improvements, and now the activity center, the campus is inviting and a clear sign of progress in the right direction to recruit students. I expect the activities center will be that facility on campus that will bring the students and community closer. The city is pleased to be the conduit to help with the financing to get the project off the ground and wishes every success to the foundation fundraising efforts. It will be exciting to watch the construction of the activities center, and we wait for the anticipation of the opening. Thank you.
All the way to Topeka, only I think he just came from Cimarron today, is Secretary of Commerce Pat George. Pat, would you give us...
I'm going to follow Joyce's lead and just stand right here and see the way that those flags are going. And I'll keep this pretty short because I know Roger used to deal with farmers, and the best time to raise money is right after a rain. So I know he's going to go out and raise some more money after today. First of all, I know these people have been recognized already, but Dr. Woodburn and his staff, Dwayne Ross and the Foundation Board and the Board of Trustees for their vision. I think they deserve another round of applause. I appreciate those with a vision, and I admire those with the guts and fortitude to ward off people who say you can't get the project done. You know, out here in western Kansas anyway, one of our famous sayings is get her done. And these people had the fortitude to get it done. You know, it's not easy to get a project across the finish line. One thing to come up with a vision, so we very much appreciate all the work that they've put into this. You know, Kansas is focused on building a great business environment that encourages growth and support for investment. We've worked on building this environment, but one of the things that businesses and employers have told us, we know that Kansans have a great work ethic, but the skill level, not just in Kansas, but across the country, you know, things are changing, and they change at a rapid pace today. And so we're continually working with our education system here in Kansas. We've been in a unique position at the Department of Commerce to bridge what has become a gap between the business world and our education community. And we've been able to put together some things that have actually work to prosper, you know, and help grow this Kansas economy and the jobs that are available. At Commerce, we're lucky enough to work with outstanding colleges such as Dodge City Community College to help build our workforce by embracing change and always looking to do what's best for our children and grandchildren. Colleges that reinvent themselves continually will not only survive but prosper. We've begun to partner with colleges on pilot programs for our Workforce Aligned with the Industry Demand Initiative, Workforce A. This initiative allows us to work with employers and colleges to design courses that give students skills that they need for their future. Another very popular program, Governor Brownback's Career and Tech Ed Initiative. In fiscal year 2014, more than $8 million in tuition has been granted to help high school kids achieve marketable skills. Over 5,000 students have benefited from this. Another program, Accelerating Opportunity Kansas Program, or AOK, is designed to help individuals further their career through education and training. Dodge City Community College in particular has a number of exciting developments to help encourage youth and adults advance in their education. The new Community Activity Center, the Tornado Shelter, plus the new Residence Hall, Technology Center, athletic facilities, and upgraded student union are great improvements. The success of Dodge City Community College and our other institutions of higher our hub. I'm getting tongue-tied, my teeth are chattering too. Our other institutions of higher education across the state directly translates into economic opportunity. These exciting times for Kansas and Dodge City Community College, they're here and they're now. They are very challenging times as well. There's never a shortage of those that say you can't get things done. I'm thrilled here today to say congratulations to those with the vision for this activity center and the fortitude to get her done.
Thank you, Pat.
Pat is a real cop now. His son's going.
Plus I got my purple on.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. We appreciate you being here today and those good remarks. And we'll try to live up to every single one of them. Several people have mentioned Brian Marshall before, and I want to call your attention to the video that's behind you here. If you have a chance to take a look at that, that gives you an idea of what the completed project is going to look like, and it is real support that Brian has given us as he and Roger Angel, the architect, have tried to develop the vision that we have here for Dodge City Community College's activity center. And we appreciate working with Brian. We appreciate working with Roger. And Brian, I don't know what I did with that piece of paper. Oh, here it is. Here it is, right behind you, too. Okay. If you want to watch the project as it develops, you can go to a website, www.dc3dome.com, and those will be updated on a regular basis so you can actually watch the project. If you're like me, you'll want to come out here in person and watch the project as it develops. But Brian, again, we thank you and your staff for Building Solutions, and Roger and everything that you've done to help us. It's been great. I want to mention, I don't know whether some of you might have been to the ribbon cutting over at Becker Hall the other day. That was the most fun ribbon cutting that I've ever been to. We had some great times over there, but Eldon finished it in a way that I think was very, very appropriate. And while we have the basic financing in place to be all that it can be and all that we want it to be, the dome's going to need some help with some private financing too. And so we're going to be calling on all of you and the business community in this town and folks with their estate planning and things like that to help us with this project. And Eldon closed his little remarks by saying, "What's in your billfold?" And I would ask that question to you all the time. That's a good question. I suggest now that we close this baby out and go up here and grab some shovels and get some pictures and get this done. So we're asking for President Woodburn, Roger Angel, Brian Marshall, Joyce Warshaw, Pat George, and Roger Prophet to get up on the end of these shovels and let's get her done.
Folks, I want to say something. There's one person that has not been recognized that should be more adequately. Dwayne Ross is chair of the foundation, and the credibility that he brings to that group is unsurpassed. Dwayne Ross.
Somebody told me I was hard-headed enough, I didn't need a hard hat.
Well, right here. I think two of us.
Be a little wider. We need a big cowboy.
Okay, Brian, you tell us how you want to read it. So we all
Just
hear it.
put your foot on it, smile.
Okay.
Something you might think of, we put flags around the footprint of the dome. So that's about the size that it's going to be when it's completed. So it just gives you an idea of how big this is going to be.
All right, are we ready? 1, 2, 3.
John Walker has tried to keep the cookies dry, and there's some coffee and cookies over there.